I recorded this video and then I thought, I watched it back and it was so dull. So, because I wrote down like a whole script and all of that, and I'm not going to do that today. I am just going to speak about how I went from making £300 a month in January this year, 2025, to in April, I made £10,000 just on my Shopify sales, plus another £6,000 from other painting sales, direct print sales, commission work, etc. So from £300 revenue to around 16,000 in a very short space of time. So I made that money. So I've literally been a full-time artist for like 2 weeks now. Sorry, I don't mean to swear. 2 weeks, peace. And so I made that £16,000 whilst I still had another corporate job. I was like working a contract job in tech. I'd done that for 9 months. All throughout that time I was thinking, fuck, I want to get out of here and I want to be an artist. And now I have my own studio, which is actually divine. It has this super cute floor. This is my first painting in here. You have the worst angle. This is like the best angle of the studio, but I'm going to set you up here on my mantelpiece, which I bought with all of the money that I am now making. Anyway, let's cut to the chase. Some things that I did. Firstly, you have to stop acting like art is your hobby and stop telling people that art is your hobby, and you have to start treating yourself like a full-time artist. So I wrote down all of the things that I was doing that made me a hobby artist and things that would then move me into being a professional, taken seriously artist. Some of these things include your prices. Some of these things include actually having decent work to sell, and this sounds really savage, but sometimes I get people asking me, how did you get to this point? And sometimes you have to work on your artwork first and make sure it's really compelling for people to buy. So I've been painting for like 5-6 years now and really improved my painting skills, and then it was really just my perception of self that was holding me back. So make sure your art skills are obviously on point, but also make sure that your bio on Instagram is like a professional artist. Make sure that your Instagram page is tidy and neat and looks professional. Even if you're painting at home, you can still make it look professional. You can have captions that are like, take me seriously, talking about the art, talking about why you made the art, voiceovers on reels, high quality reels, all of that stuff makes you taken seriously. Sorry, I need a little cup of tea break. Also, on your website needs to be a serious presence. Like, do not put all kinds of crazy logos, crazy colors. Make your website neutral. Make things for sale on your website, so if people want to buy something, they can do it easily, because that's how you close deals in your sleep. Honestly, it's such fantastic news when you wake up in the morning, you check your emails and you've made a sale. So those are the first things. Stop being a hobby artist and start thinking, who is the version of me who is a real artist? Rewrite your artist statement, rewrite your bio, all of that stuff. Next, you need to start looking for, sorry about the siren, you need to start looking for opportunities. Like, have your eyes wide open for any opportunities out there. For me, this came in the form of trial reels. And trial reels, I'm going to come on to sales and marketing in a second, but trial reels honestly will catapult your growth once you get the hang of it. So trial reels is basically, for anyone who hasn't done it before, it's basically a feature on Instagram where you can post a reel and it doesn't go to your direct followers. It goes to other people on Instagram, that they see it in their explore feed or whatever, and that's a way that you can get new followers. So it's a way to test out if a reel is going to perform well before you show it to all of your followers. But also, more importantly, the way that I have been using it, for reels that have already done well, they've already performed well, use trial reels, post it again, and then it might do well again. And I have done this so many times. Honestly, I have been hammering this functionality, and Instagram called me up a couple of months ago because they were like, hey, we recognize that you've had a lot of growth, you've been putting a lot of time and energy into using this feature, we want to get your feedback and we want to give you some tips as well. So yeah, when you take this extreme action, you get extreme results. When you take average action, you get average results. So you really have to take extreme action. I was posting like 10 to 20 reels a day. And they're not all necessarily like different reels that I've sat there creating. Some of them are just the same reel again and again and again. It's literally like a lottery ticket sometimes when you're posting on Instagram. And I was like, this is just, even if it only got like 1,000 views, I'm like, that's 1,000 more people that have seen my art and that will either follow me, they'll go on my email subscriber list. Even if they just like the video, that will still push the video to more people. So yes, see opportunities with fully open eyes. And this brings me on to my other point, is that sales and marketing is not a bad thing. I used to think that selling was this like really ugly, we have another siren, was this really like ugly thing that was like kind of a dirty thing to do. And I think a lot of people think like this, but actually if you reframe it, what do you love to do? I love buying things. I loved buying this t-shirt, I loved buying this outfit, I loved spending money on this studio because it's so beautiful and I wanted it for so long that I was so happy to put down the deposit on this studio. I was like, yes. So people actually, if you are making gorgeous art, and I've sold a painting today, and this person is like, I'm so excited to have bought your painting, and I'm like, I'm so excited for you, hun. And I'm excited that I've sold it. So you need to reframe sales into more of like a fun thing. Like you are giving someone something that they really, really want and they can't wait to have, and they can't wait to have it in their home, rather than thinking, oh, I'm trying to push my work to people who don't really want it. Yes. And also the other thing is to show yourself. If you're an artist and you're trying to sell your work and you're not showing you, like some artists, they don't even put up pictures of them sitting next to their painting. Like that's the first step. You smiling, I remember me like smiling next to my painting and being like, oh cute, or like a little reel with my painting. Now I chat shit on the internet all the time. On Instagram I try and be a bit more professional, but on TikTok I just don't care. It's like having FaceTime with my friends. But honestly, people like to buy from people that they feel like they know and they trust, and you feel like not a friend but like someone that they just know, someone that they know of. They've seen you so many times that they love your art and they also like you as a person. Humans like to buy from humans. I had this question the other day that was like, do you think AI is gonna steal your artwork? And I'm like, even if it does, I still think people are not gonna buy from some like AI company. They want to buy from a real life person. The other thing that I was going to say before I get completely derailed, because I wanted to keep this brief. I know we've got things to do with our lives. I have another painting to finish. Automation has been a gift from literal God. I work with this company called Creative Hub. If you're in the UK, you should check them out. I think they also operate out of Germany and the US as well. But essentially, and there's services like this all over the world, but essentially I have created my prints in such a way that they're on my Shopify when someone orders a print on my Shopify site, it is fulfilled by this other company. So as soon as I make a print sale, I do not have to do a thing. I just get paid. And obviously I get charged by the print space, the creative hub. They've got kind of two different facets to them, so I'm never quite sure what to call them. And that saves you so much time, so much energy. Yes, you do pay a premium for it, but it's worth every single penny. If you start selling a few prints, you will realize how much time and energy you spend packing them up, taking them to be shipped, organizing delivery, handling customer queries, all of that stuff. And all of that time is time away from your creative pursuit, where you could be making more paintings turn into more prints, and original paintings that sell for a lot more money. So you want all of that time back. Once you start automating things, honestly, that is passive income. And I know that all the bros on here like talk about passive income and la la la, but honestly, you've put so much work into creating your art that creating that income afterwards doesn't feel like an icky thing. And I hate saying this because I think some people do really valuable like PDFs and digital content, but you are doing a passive income stream where someone has something physical, tangible in their hands afterwards. That is a work of art that you've created. So it doesn't feel... I have bought things in the past that are passive income, and I can tell that they're passive income for someone. I bought this like gut health thing the other day. It was like £200, and then I literally got nothing from it. So that was disappointing. But what I'm saying is, you don't need to feel like that, because if you are proud of your product and you're proud of your work, you'll feel good selling it, essentially. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope this was useful, but I'm going to be sharing more on here around how to be a creative entrepreneur. That's what I'm calling myself. I'm an artist, I'm a creative entrepreneur. How the ins and outs of running a business, how to scale, how to grow, how to get clients, how to get customers. Any other questions that you may have, let me know and I will report back. Thank you very much.